Hi, I'm Chef James Laird from Restaurant Serenade, and I'm going to teach you how to make our signature roasted Peking duck. It's on the menu every Saturday, all winter long, and we sell out super early, so come early. We start with this beautiful, this is a Peking style duck, so it's a cross between a Muscovy duck and a Long Island duck. I buy all the ducks from Dartania.com, then they sell retail also. We season it super dry, season it with this big salt and little salt. So this is celery and this is sea salt. So the celery kind of melts into the flesh and allows the seasoning to go inside. A little bit of pepper. And also don't forget the legs and thighs. That's my favorite part of the duck. That's where all the connective tissue is. Press it in there. A little bit on the other side. The connective tissue, and I'll take a chicken leg and thigh over a breast any day. Now we just take this dry seasoned duck and put it into a hot pan. So you want it hot enough that it's not going to burn, and not cool enough that it's going to stick. Okay, so that you cook it there for probably takes about 15 to 20 minutes. So you put a little bit on the breast side, and that is getting the breast is where all the fat is, because the breast meat itself doesn't have a lot of fat, so the fat is on the outside. So we want to keep probably most of the time on the bottom side, and then do a little bit also. You see how nice and color that's getting already, and a little bit on the legs and thighs. There's a lot less fat here than there's here. You know, you can just see it. You see all that fat there versus the legs and thighs, not too much. So half an hour to 45 minutes depends on how hot you're cooking. So this is kind of what it looks like after it's been on the fire for that good half an hour. You see that nice color on the legs and thighs side, the breast. You don't really need to color the back side, because that's not the presentation. We're just really looking to get a nice color and rendering of the fat. Now I put this honey spice glaze on it. So this is just honey with coriander, cumin, black pepper, a little saffron. This not only gives a great flavor, but it gives a great texture also. Smear it all around, okay? This, oh my, the smells that are coming out of here. So this, a little bit more, okay? So as it's cooking, now we're going to put it into the oven for long and slow, 300 degrees. Any hotter, you're going to burn the honey. So 300, 290, you know, it depends on your oven, but long and slow, probably an hour and a half. Put it inside. You can baste it probably every 15 minutes with that honey, you know, just to keep giving a nice color. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. Okay, I'll show you, clean up a little bit. So look at this right here. Beautiful. You can tell that it's cooked. One, it's kind of all shriveled up, a little dehydrated. That means that it's really, and just touch the legs and thighs. You see how like how relaxed they are? That means that it's totally given up all that tightness, and it's just going to be delicious. So watch, literally, I can do this in probably 20 seconds. Cut the legs and thighs off, right in between the breast. Boom. Legs and thighs are off. The breast. So simple. There's literally a cavity. So you just cut alongside each of the cavities, cut down. You see I'm just using the tip of the knife? That's the key. Don't use the belly, tip. Just the tip. And just kind of cut inside there. Just look at how there's no fat there. It is just skin. It's going to be super tender, super tender. And you see there's no pink in there, fully cooked. This is my favorite kind of duck. Not only is it my favorite, but it's my customer's favorite. This is one of my signature dishes. I probably have 3 or 4 of them, and this is definitely, I think, the top. It's just, you know it's good when people request it. You know, they call me up and say, Chef, can I get that roasted duck? I say, hey, I only do it on Saturday night, but you know, if you let me know a couple of days ahead of time, we can always get it. So just cut along there, okay? You French it, see? Gotta just watch this. Cut down a little bit. Cut there. Come down here. Wow, magic, huh? Cut off the thigh bone. And you see, it's just so juicy. The smells that are coming out. Cut that out. Now for presentation, we just kind of trim off the ends. You know who gets to eat this, right? The chef. A little presentation. Now I'm going to crisp it up under the salamander. If you don't have a salamander, you just put it in the oven. Right under there. So salamander has the heat from the top. This is really what makes the duck extra special, is that A little bit of crispiness there. The honey and the coriander seed up there just gives it really nice texture. It's so tender, fully cooked. I mean, and just another second there. And you can also take a little bit more of the glaze, put it on top of there. Need a little bit more honey. Under there. If I had a choice between the legs and thighs or the breast, I would take the legs and thighs every time, and I'm going to show you why. It's just so you see nice and pretty here. So we serve this with wild rice, risotto, Brussels sprouts, pomegranates, but you know, just look at this right here. It just falls right off the bone. It's like a brisket. How tender is that? The color, the crispy skin. Now the breast is, again, it's so protected with the fat that it's going to be tender. Tender and sweet. We'll take a little taste, the texture from the nut, from the coriander seed. Amazing. You have to come. Restaurant Serenade, come see me.